is up? Welcome to Factorio with LD7, and today we are going to be going through and playing just a little bit of Factorio, getting started from the very beginning. I haven't played Factorio for a long time. They've updated a few things, so I thought now was as good a time as any to go ahead and jump back in. So now you actually get this spaceship that kind of breaks down in front of you, so you can go through and harvest up some of the parts for some iron. So we're going to go ahead and grab the iron out of the spaceship so we can build a couple burner inserters and kind of get rolling here. So I went ahead and previewed the map a little bit just so I could kind of take a look and see if there were any good ore deposits right by the start, and there is. So there's iron, copper, stone, and coal all right at the start, and oil is not too far away either. That is just going to make things a little bit easier as we kind of progress through. The other thing they kind of changed is there's now rocks with coal inside of it, apparently. So I'm just looking to see if we've got one. It doesn't look like it, and that's alright, I guess. Now this might be one. Nope. Okay, that's fine. Not a big deal. So we are going to go ahead and drop this, our burner on top of it, and since there's no coal rocks that I can see really, yeah, these are just all regular. Huh, interesting. Normally you get at least one, I would think anyway. I don't know, I've never actually like mined out rocks for coal before. Okay, fine, we'll just mine a little bit here real quick so we can get these drills started. I'll drill in the furnace so we can get iron going right away. So there's 5. We'll just go ahead and split that stack, 3 and 2. And with the iron we've got, we're going to go ahead and start building up. So we need some stone, so we can actually build another drill. And kind of what I'm going to do this time, which is a little bit different than what I normally do, is I'm going to try starting out with a bunch of burners and kind of working our way from there, as opposed to trying to jump straight into power and stuff like that, which is normally how I play. Just want to try a different playstyle more than anything else, kind of see if it's effective. But mining these big rocks is way more efficient than mining the regular stone for big drops of stone. So I forget what the key is. Alt will show you what's inside. Control will grab. Cool. So now we're building a second inserter. So once we put this second inserter down, we can do the age-old loop like this. So throw in 1 coal, and then both of these will eventually build up to 100 coal. So if you hold control and click over stuff, you can pick straight out. So I'm going to build 4 more of these, just so we can get more iron rolling more than anything. So let's grab some coal out of these. What button is it? I forget what button you have to push to auto place. So just clicking on it will open up the inventory, obviously, but there's supposed to be a button you can hold down and it'll let you kind of put in. Let me just look real quick. So it looks like inventory, left mouse, pick up, drop item stack. That's easy. Shift left. That's supposed to be a stack transfer. Shift right, inventory, control right. Okay, we'll have to try that. It's fine. Not the end of the world. But we are going to build more burners and kind of just set up this little line more than anything, so we can get rolling. So maybe I have to have it in my hand. Yeah, okay. So if you have it in your hand, you can shift right click and it'll let you place it straight in. So I'm just going to put it on my hotbar so I can do that relatively quickly. Just because basically the way this game works, you got to scale your resource gathering and automate things as you go. So by kind of doing it this way, we can get a little bit more. We need one after we get this one set up anyway. We need one more. Okay. That should be... Cool, whatever. It's reasonably well balanced, I don't know. Probably could be done a little bit better, but that's okay. So now we've got a little bit more iron coming in, so I'm gonna build another couple drills on coal. And all you gotta do is kind of just adjust how this is set up. So if I set it like this, they'll all feed each other. And now we've got 4 drills producing coal as opposed to just 2, which is a little bit better. Last 2 for the iron. Get that set up. We are going to need to hand mine just a little bit of copper to get going. Basically what we're going to use that for is building the generator and labs that you need to get started. So accidentally shift clicked it. That one. Okay. Cool. Now we got 5 furnaces making iron, so that's pretty good. So we should need about 40 copper to get started, so we're just going to mine that up real quick. I do need another furnace, however, so I need one more stone. God damn it. Alright, well, we'll just mine this rock. We're going to need some extra stone anyway. The boilers that you need to build power take stone, or they take a furnace each, so we're going to need more anyhow. So not a big deal, but kind of sucks. But anyway, I'm pretty excited. Now this is not a default settings map. I have it set with all the resources to max size, max richness, max frequency, just so it's a little bit easier to gather the materials we're going to need. And then I also set it to peaceful mode is what it's called. So basically the enemies on the map won't attack you unless you attack them first. Just makes it a little bit better so you don't have to worry about defending your base the entire game, which kind of gets annoying. I mean, yes, that's kind of how the game's intended to be played, but at the same time I don't really want to deal with it, so we're not gonna. So this is almost 30 copper coming in, so we'll drop that off. So we only need 10 more. We'll drop the 10 in there, and then we're probably going to need to go refuel the iron furnaces, or the iron production that we've got going. Not a big deal. We could expand that, actually. It would increase the amount of resource generation we've got, but that's okay. Not a big deal. So there we go. Get the copper rolling. Let's head back down. Grab some coal. Alright. Sure. Not what I wanted to do. There we go. Get some iron. So we need 1 steam engine, 1 boiler, 1 offshore pump. We want 1 lab. And I am going to want some power poles, but we're going to have to wait a sec. So I'm going to build 2 iron pipes in addition to that. Get a little bit more iron. And then I'm going to go grab some more copper real fast, because we need copper to build power poles. We'll just build a couple to start out with. I am going to set that to my hotbar. And then we need to build 10 of these red packs so we can build an assembler. or research assemblers, which is the first tech you should go for. That way you can start having machines craft things for you as opposed to you crafting things. Just makes things a little bit quicker. So there we go. That should be everything. The only other thing we should consider doing is picking up some coal to go power this. So 40 coal is not going to be enough, so we're going to grab just a smidge lit more. So 52. Throw that inside so it keeps going. Sure. All right. Let's run on down. So there's a lake down below us, so we're going to set up our power off of that. I'm just going to mine this rock real quick so we get a little bit more stone. Not necessary, but it's worth doing. I'm also going to build a burner inserter and a wood chest so we can drop the coal inside and kind of do that. So let's take our pump. You set that right there. And then I like putting a water output with the pipe just so I can pull off of it if I need to. And then I think we're going to build it out this direction. So we'll do this, throw on our steam engine, going to take our chest, put it right there, throw on our burner inserter, throw in our stack of coal, and that will go ahead and start generating power very shortly. So we'll just throw 2 poles like that, grab a lab, put the lab down, throw in our packs, go into T for research, and we're going to research automation. Now, in theory, I should be able to queue up researches. So once we get automation, I really want to get logistics, I think is what it's called. Maybe you don't need to research that anymore. I don't know. They've kind of changed the tech tree a little bit since the last time I played. Okay, fine. So let that tick over. It's only 10 packs for automation, so once this finishes up, it'll be done. So cool. Let that run. I do have a little bit of copper left over, so I'm going to just build a couple more power poles. I do want to get a regular electric mining drill so we can kind of start transferring to electricity to power everything as opposed to coal, right? It makes it a little bit better as far as gathering resources are concerned and stuff like that. So we're just going to kind of pull up our power like this. This isn't optimal because it's going through the center of the ore mine, but whatever. We're just going to... I think I'm going to move in this direction, actually, just so we can get the coal and the iron in one shot. I'm going to mine out these rocks because my next move after this is going to be to build a bunch of furnaces. That way I can set up a smeltery for iron, so we can produce a shit ton of it all at once, as opposed to kind of this piecemeal deal where we're grabbing it out of the furnace. While this research is ticking over, I am going to go back up, clear out our coal, gather our iron, and then just kind of do that so everything's fueled up. We do need more copper, if I'm honest, so I'm just going to throw this drill right there. We're going to put this furnace right there. So automation is done. Cool. We probably want logistics next. This is a 20 science pack, but now we should be able to build an assembler. 4.5 copper, so we need a little bit of copper to build that assembler. So we'll just go mine another like 10 maybe. Once we get, so obviously I don't have copper ore being mined automatically, so that kind of sucks because I have to do it by hand. But we're gonna kind of focus on getting that set up in just a minute. I just want to gather a decent chunk of ore. So what I'm going to do with this electric drill is I'm going to probably end up putting it on stone, is kind of my thought, so I can auto-craft some good old-fashioned furnaces out of it. Because once you get assemblers, you realistically shouldn't be building stuff by hand anymore. So, no worries. We'll deal with that in a minute. Getting some coppers. We can build in assemblers. That's great. Now, those do take power. So we are going to need to kind of transition some stuff a little bit, it looks like. And that's fine. Not a big deal. But I'm going to need more power poles to do that. So let's grab a few more power poles. And let's kind of go this way, I guess. Set it like this. Sure. So now I've got coal and iron powered, so I can put electric drills on that as opposed to the burners. Make things a little bit easier. I'm just going to continue moving that power line up to the copper. So I'm going to break this coal and move it down to where we're actually going to be setting up, just so I've got coal real close by and I don't have to run quite as far. So I'm just going to pick up all these as well, and we're just going to move down here. So what I'm going to do, so there is a like speck of stone right there. That's kind of dumb. Okay, fine. Set back up our iron, and we'll set back up our coal as well. So not a big deal. It's just better to have it down here where I'm actually working, as opposed to, you know, super far away. But what the hell? Come on. Alright. Drop that in there too. Cool. So that is set up. Something that's probably worth considering is running a little bit more coal down to our power setup, just so we don't end up running out. Granted, nothing's drawing power from our network right now, but once we start doing some stuff, it will. So while we're down here, we'll drop this other 18 coal inside. Cool. So it's got 56. That's not a whole lot, but it's at least enough to kind of buffer it for a little bit while we kind of get things set up and automated. So I'm just going to mine out a couple more of these rocks so I get a little bit more stone. And then we're going to place the assembler down and have it start building furnaces for us. So here we go. Drop our assembler right there. And then production, stone furnaces, and we'll just drop in the stack and let that kind of do its thing. Anyway. Damn it. Couldn't reach that one. Okay, whatever. Good enough. These just have to be running. That way I can keep on, you know, like, building more than anything else. So I am going to set this, make some copper wire, and then make some power poles. Okay, cool. And then this should be enough to get up to copper, I would think. Yeah, it looks like it should be. So I think I'm going to actually put the electric drill on copper to start out with, just because we don't have that really automated at all. So I'm going to throw down one furnace. We're going to throw down our electric drill, just feeding straight into it. And then I just got to fuel it, so go grab some coal and we'll just put a stack in maybe. Pretty close to a stack anyway, so that'll run for a while. So this is kind of my basic setup. I mean, this is by no means optimal. If you're trying to speed run, like, there's a lot more stuff you could be doing to go a little bit quicker than I am, but for our intents and purposes, I mean, we've already got over 500 iron, which is pretty damn good, because that means we can basically build a bunch of transport belts and kind of get started on some things. So I think what our next move is going to be is, let's build some transport belts. So I need to set this to do iron gear wheels, and we'll make 100 of these because we've got the iron, and kind of go from there. So let's do this. Let's fuel up everything, gather up. But anyway, so this is kind of the start of Factorio. It's pretty basic. I mean, you kind of just go through, get your resources automated to a degree so you can kind of, you know, progress. Next time we are going to be setting up a iron smeltery, so I'll show you how I go about doing that. There are a bunch of templates that you can download, so well, JK, I don't have blueprints, so never mind. I went out and found some that I actually kind of wanted to use and try out, but apparently they didn't sync over to this save game, so I'll deal with that in between episodes. But next time we'll set up an iron smeltery. You can get blueprints for most of the factories and stuff like that that you're going to want, which kind of helps you if you're new to the game on figuring out, all right, well, where should I actually place stuff to be efficient? Because it'll tell you, all right, you put an assembler here, you put a power pole here, you put a mining drill here, or whatever. And then once you get robots, they'll actually build the blueprints for you automatically. So we'll take a look at that later on, but I think we're going to wrap up the episode here for today. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe as always. And until next time, this has been LD7, and we will see ya.